Right friends, welcome back to 31st week questions and answers. The first one is India's first e-court is opened at Hyderabad High Court. This is the High Court of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, and it is basically to introduce speedy justice to litigants, and at the same time it will ensure easy and better access to justice for public. And as per the final guidelines for universal banks, minimum capital required is rupees 500 crores. So please don't forget. And we have discussed in detail in capsule on tap licensing. Please listen to it. And please don't forget, the banks can be categorized as universal banks as well as differentiated banks or NIC banks. Universal banks examples are just like State Bank of India, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, Vijaya Bank, Canara Bank, Bank of Baroda, like that. And the differentiated banks or NIC banks or payments banks as well as small finance banks. They can undertake operations only in specified category, not all the operations. Railway Minister laid the foundation stone for Dhansiri Jubja broad gauge project. Dhansiri is in Nagaland. This is basically to connect Nagaland with the broad gauge railway line. Don't forget, recently the Railway Minister laid the foundation stone for Imphal railway station, and at the same time recently Tripura Sundari Express was flagged off to connect Agartala with Anand Vihar in Delhi. These things please don't forget. And at the same time Agartala Akhaura railway line is also coming up, connecting India and Bangladesh. Union Minister Rajnath Singh attended SARC Home Ministers Conference held in Islamabad. Please don't forget, SARC has got 8 countries, and the next SARC summit is going to be held in Islamabad. This thing please don't forget. Please look into this slide. These are the 8 countries of SARC. Which of the following is decided to raise rupees 15,000 crore through green masala bonds? We have just now discussed in news at a glance, already 2,000 crores of rupees have been raised. And the overall target for National Thermal Power Corporation is to raise rupees 15,000 crore to finance renewable energy projects. And please don't forget, National Thermal Power Corporation, the public sector giant in power generation, has around 24,000 megawatt power plants under construction at present. But these funds raised through green masala bonds are to be used for green projects, or you can say renewable energy projects only. Looking to the another question, this is on masala bonds. HDFC raised rupees 3,000 crore through masala bonds, and these are listed in London Stock Exchange. And HDFC became the first Indian corporate entity to raise masala bonds, and these are listed in London Stock Exchange. Please don't forget, Deepak Parekh is the chairman of HDFC. Mahanadhi river water dispute is the dispute between Odisha and Chhattisgarh. Odisha objected for constructing 13 barrages across river Mahanadhi by Chhattisgarh. That means Chhattisgarh plans to construct 13 barrages across the river Mahanadhi, and Odisha state objected to it. And recent disputes, let me reiterate once again, dispute between Karnataka and Goa is the Mahanadhi or Mandavi river, Palar river between Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, Mullaperiyar between Tamil Nadu and Kerala, and now this Mahanadhi river dispute is between Chhattisgarh and Odisha. 2 buses and several other vehicles were washed away when a bridge on Savitri river collapsed suddenly. This is in Maharashtra. This is on Mumbai-Goa National Highway. The river we are talking about is Savitri river. Please don't forget. Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI, constituted a 4-member panel which will interact with the Supreme Court appointed RM Lodha committee. Recently, Supreme Court accepted most of the recommendations given by RM Lodha committee, and to interact with RM Lodha committee, now BCCI constituted a 4-member panel, and this is headed by the former Supreme Court Judge Markanday Kadju. Right? Name the country whose scientists will perform the world's first genetic editing trial on humans. The country we are talking about is China. Here the scientists, that is oncologists, will replace genome parts with DNA stretches in an attempt to find cure for lung cancer. That means with gene editing technique, for the first time, Chinese oncologists are trying to find cure for lung cancer. They will inject patients with cells that have been modified using the gene editing technique. If it is successful, it is going to become a revolutionary step in the field of medicine. Name the country which approved $274 billion stimulus package to revive economy. The country we are talking about is Japan. This $274 billion stimulus package includes fiscal measures, spending by national and local governments, and low-cost loans. That means money circulation will be increased so as to propel growth. Right, look into the next one. In Rio de Janeiro Olympics, Indian contingent, the biggest ever, around 118, was led by Abhinav Bindra. Abhinav Bindra is the gold medal winner in 2008 Beijing Olympics. Please don't forget, he is the only man from our country who got individual gold medal in Olympics. Total we got 9 gold, 6 silver and 11 bronze. Out of 9 gold medals, 8 gold medals for men's hockey and 1 individual gold, that is by Abhinav Bindra. And Abhinav Bindra led the Indian contingent, which is the largest and 118 strong. What I mean to say is, this is the largest ever contingent from Indian side. And these Olympics are being held for the first time in South America. Then first nation to lead the contingent is Greece, because 1896 Athens Olympics were held in Greece. The last one is the host country Brazil. These are 31st Olympics games, and here the acting president of Brazil is Michel Temer is the acting president. Then opening ceremony was held at historic Maracana Stadium with the famous samba dance. If someone talks about samba dance, that belongs to Brazil. Then during the opening celebrations, a powerful message is given for global warming. Then 11,000 athletes from 209 countries are participating, and they include a refugee Olympic team also. These games will be continued for 17 days. And first ever Olympic laurel conferred on Kipchoge Keino of Kenya. Please look into this figure. And the famous personalities present at the inaugural ceremony include the acting president of Brazil, Michel Temer, then president of International Olympic Committee, Thomas Bach, and Secretary General of United Nations, Ban Ki-moon. And the torch was brought by tennis star and 3-time French Open winner Gustave Coubertin, and Brazilian and 2004 Athens Olympics marathon bronze winner Wanderlei de Lima lit the Olympic torch. And if you look at other details, the city, that is Rio de Janeiro, is facing Zika virus threat along with other Latin American countries. Then record 7th Olympic appearance by only Indian is Leander Paes, and India's mission is headed by Rakesh Gupta. Then official sponsor for India is Amul. Then first gold was won by 19-year-old American Virginia Thrasher in 10-meter air rifle event. These things, please don't forget if you look at the 31st Olympic Games at Rio de Janeiro. Buddy is the mobile wallet of State Bank of India. Please don't forget other mobile wallets: ICICI Bank, Pockets, Axis Bank, Lime, HDFC Bank, PayJob, then S Bank, S Pay, Canara Bank, Canara M-Wallet. So these things please don't forget if you look at mobile wallets. Second National Handloom Day was observed on August 7. Please don't forget. Minister for Textiles is Smriti Irani. And why August 7? And before going into that, this is for the second time we are celebrating National Handloom Day. And this is to commemorate Swadeshi Moment, which began on 7th August 1905. And the Union Textile Minister participated in the celebrations at Varanasi, and Sant Kabir Awards and National Handloom Awards were presented. If someone talks about Sant Kabir Awards, they were presented on National Handloom Day. And if you want more about the Swadeshi Movement, Lord Curzon, the Viceroy of India, resorted to partition of Bengal in 1905, and it gave rise to Swadeshi Movement. And because of the pressure from various quarters, Bengal got reunited in 1911. And the famous persons in those days associated with the Swadeshi Movement include Aravind Ghosh, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai. These are the famous persons associated with the Swadeshi Movement in those days. Vijay Rupani is the 16th Chief Minister of Gujarat, and Nitin Patel became the Deputy Chief Minister. Please don't forget. Phase 1 of the program Mission Bagheera was launched by the Prime Minister in Telangana. What is the objective of Mission Bagheera? Mission Bagheera, the objective is to supply drinking water, clean drinking water, at least 100 liters per each person in rural areas and 150 liters in urban areas. Two important projects, Mission Bagheera is to provide drinking water, and at the same time Mission Kakatiya is basically for desilting of tanks in the state. These two are the most important flagship programs of Telangana government. And this program Mission Bagheera will take 48 TMC feet of water from Godavari and 30 TMC feet of water from Krishna, and this is rupees 42,000 crore project. And the Prime Minister also dedicated to the nation 1200 megawatt Singareni thermal power project in Adilabad district of Telangana. Then at the same time he led foundation stone for 1600 megawatt Telangana super thermal power project stage 1 at Ramagundam. And another important aspect is foundation stone for revival of Ramagundam fertilizer plant at a cost of more than rupees 5,000 crores. And we learned previously Sindri, Barauni, Gorakhpur fertilizer plants are being revived. Similarly, Ramagundam fertilizer plant in Telangana will be revived, and foundation stone was laid at a cost of more than rupees 5,000 crore. Look at the next question. Recently 14 civilians and 1 terrorist were killed when ethnic strife resurfaced in Kokrajhar. This is in Assam, and the government stated that NDFB Songbijit faction is believed to be behind this, and for the past several years ethnic strife is being witnessed between Muslims and Bodos as well as Adivasis and Bodos. Looking to the next one, chairperson of GST Council will be the Finance Minister. Please don't forget, this is very important point. The chairperson for to be constituted GST Council will be the Finance Minister, and here 1/3 representation will be from the center and 2/3 representation will be from the states. This thing please don't forget. And the GST government wants to introduce from 1st April 2017. And we deliberated in detail in a news capsule. Please listen to capsule. Parliament was disrupted with the demand for special category status for the state of Andhra Pradesh. And now northeastern states and Himalayan states enjoy this status of special category, and when the state was bifurcated in 2014, the then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh promised special category status for Andhra Pradesh for 5 years, and now Parliament was disrupted with the demand for special category status for the state of Andhra Pradesh. NMDC got the approval of Government of India for carrying out diamonds exploration in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Anantapur district of Andhra Pradesh diamond exploration is planned, and don't forget this NMDC, National Mineral Development Corporation, is under the Ministry of Steel. It is headquartered in Hyderabad, and at the same time it is already into the exploration of diamonds in Panna region of Madhya Pradesh. Please don't forget, now it wants to undertake diamonds exploration in Anantapur district of Andhra Pradesh. Rupees 1676 crore Dravyavati River Rejuvenation Project is being taken up in Rajasthan. Please don't forget, this Dravyavati River Rejuvenation Project will be undertaken at a cost of rupees 1676 crores, and it deteriorated into a nala over the past 100 years. And it is situated between Jaisalya village in the foothills of Nahargarh Fort and Dhund River. Now this will be executed by the joint venture of Tata Projects Limited and Shanghai Urban Construction Group. Right friends, it is the good initiative from Rajasthan government. Name the country where referendum was held on a draft constitution written by an army appointed committee. We are talking about Thailand. Please look into this map. Thailand is adjacent country to Myanmar. Myanmar is ruled by military junta for several years. Recently, democratically elected government led by Aung San Suu Kyi came to power in Myanmar, but Thailand military took power in 2014, and now a referendum was held, and people are not knowing many details about the constitution, and government stated that people supported the referendum. And in Thailand, biggest political parties have also rejected the constitution framed by the military. Look into the next one. Name the country which launched its first mobile telecommunication satellite. The country we are talking about is China, and it is Tiantong-01 satellite. And it will establish mobile network serving not only China, the Middle East, Africa and other areas, and ground services will be operated by China Telecom. Look into the next one. Government of India notified 4% inflation target. This is very important. Government of India notified 4% inflation target based on consumer price index inflation with a variable band of plus or minus 2%. This is valid up to 31st March 2021. And two important aspects. The government notified Monetary Policy Committee, which will have 6 members, 3 from Reserve Bank of India and 3 from outside. The second important point is government notified inflation target based on consumer price index based inflation, and the inflation target is kept as 4% plus or minus 2%, and this will be valid up to March 31, 2021. And if the inflation is not within this range for 3 consecutive quarters, it indicates failure to achieve the inflation target. This is most important point, right? Look into the next one. In GST Council, the weightage for central government is 1/3. I have given the details here. GST Council, states weightage is 2/3, center's weightage is 1/3, and at least 50% attendance is required for quorum. Then to ratify any proposal, 3/4 of the members present and voted should support. This is another important aspect. National Highways Authority of India, NHAI, raised first tranche of rupees 5,000 crore from Employees Provident Fund Organization, that is EPFO, It maintains the corpus of Provident Fund of employees. What is meant by Provident Fund? It is the fund collected from the working employees to take care of future needs. And the EPFO corpus will run into lakhs of crores of rupees. Now, NHAI tapped the funds from EPFO. And initially rupees 5,000 crore was taken from EPFO by National Highways Authority of India, and it is a part of rupees 20,000 crore proposed to be raised from Employee Provident Fund organization. And here interest is paid every year for 25 years by NHAI to EPFO, and here coupon rate or interest rate. Please don't forget, interest rate or coupon rate are one and the same here. Interest rate is a link to the interest rate of government securities of 25-year duration. And the principal is repaid at a time after 25 years. It is not like EMI. Every year interest is paid, but after the completion of 25 years, the principal is repaid at once. That's why it is called bullet repayment. Look into the next one. Kaushik Basu visited India recently. He is the chief economist and senior vice president of the World Bank. Please don't forget. Reserve Bank of India recently set up a panel on household finance. It is headed by Tarun Ramadurai. Tarun Ramadurai is the professor of financial economics, and the committee headed by Tarun Ramadurai will have members from financial sector regulators like RBI, SEBI, and basically to look at the characteristic of the Indian households investments, how the Indian households are investing in assets and how they are taking loans, and what are the differences between the household finances of the families in our country as well as other developed countries and developing countries. And another important aspect is the committee will look at the behavior of gold purchases by Indians. Indians purchase huge quantities of gold, and this Tarun Ramadurai committee will look at the behavior of Indians with regard to purchase of gold in huge quantities. That is one important aspect of Tarun Ramadurai committee. Name the country which has the highest foreign exchange reserves. When you are talking about foreign exchange reserves, that is China. China has got $3.2 trillion of foreign exchange reserves, or $3,200 billion. And our foreign exchange reserves in comparison are just $360 billion, and China's foreign exchange reserves are around 8 to 9 times of India's foreign exchange reserves. The regulator for Ponzi schemes is the state government. Please don't forget, the regulator for Ponzi schemes, the regulator for chit funds is the state governments, and the regulator for collective investment schemes is the Securities and Exchange Board of India. This difference please keep in mind, and if you want more, please listen to Capsule. In view of second National Handloom Day, name the state government which launched Barishta Bunakar Sahayata Yojana. This is basically to give special assistance for elderly weavers. This was started by the Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik of Odisha. Wildlife Institute of India is located in Dehradun. Please don't forget, this is under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. It is an autonomous body based in Dehradun. It conducts special research in several areas concerning wildlife, and it came into the news recently because recently there is a news report that Wildlife Institute of India will house India's first repository on tigers, and with the collaboration of National Tiger Conservation Authority. This is a statutory body under the Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change, basically to look at tiger conservation with the collaboration of NTCA. Wildlife Institute of India will establish India's first repository on tigers, and this will be under the Tiger Cell. And you may ask, what is meant by repository? Repository will consist of a huge database on tiger conservation and population estimation. Name the brand ambassador for MA. What is MA? This was recently launched by the Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, JP Nadda. It is Mother's Absolute Affection. This is basically to promote breastfeeding, and this is to enhance optimal breastfeeding practices. And for this program, brand ambassador will be Madhuri Dixit. Please don't forget, if someone talks about MA, this is a nationwide breastfeeding campaign. Right friends, with this let us conclude the questions and answers. Have a nice day. Thank you.